Hey guys, Spencer Coffman here with the Internet Hustler YouTube channel. Today we are talking about selling on eBay. Hello and welcome to the Internet Hustler YouTube channel. My name is Spencer Coffman. Today we are talking about selling on eBay. We've got some great tips for you when it comes to selling on eBay, and also you could apply these tips when you sell on other platforms online as well. So it's not specifically related to eBay, although that's what we'll be using as an example in this video, but it's really on selling on any online marketplace where you buy something somewhere and then resell it there. So let's dive in. What are some great tips for selling on eBay or another online marketplace? The first one is that you always want to more than double your money. Now I say that because the goal should be to double your money, but you really want to triple your money because you're going to have expenses within there. So you need to double your money after fees and shipping and the item costs. So if you spend 10 bucks on something and then you sell it for 20, you're losing money because yes, you doubled it, but then you still got to pay another 5 for shipping and another 2 or 3 for fees. So now you have only made $2. So you've taken your 10 and you've turned it into 12. That is not doubling your money. It's not worth it. So you need to make sure that if you're buying something for 10, you're selling it for 30, which is triple. Then after fees and expenses, you're going to end up with about $22 or $23, and now you've doubled your money. So the first rule is always double your money, which generally means you're going to sell it for 3 times whatever you paid for it. So when you're looking for things to buy, if you cannot sell them for 3 times what someone is asking, don't buy it. Seriously, don't waste your time. It's not worth it. If someone at a garage sale is asking 10 and you see on eBay that it's only sold for 20, tell them, hey, I can give you 5 because after shipping, fees, etc., that I need to make money. And if they don't understand it, don't buy it. Seriously, do not become emotionally attached to certain things because you will lose money and it will not be worth your time. So that's like 4 lessons right there. It's really good. So make sure to follow those. The number 2 thing that we're going to get onto is that you need to be using a cheap shipping service. So eBay, you can do shipping through eBay. They're going to charge you through the nose. You can go to the United States Postal Service or to UPS. You could get a business account or something like that, or with FedEx or UPS or a DHL. You're going to pay. They're going to charge you. What you need to do is find an independent broker for shipping. Where can you go? Check out a card right here. It's an awesome company called Pirate Ship, and they negotiate discounts on other places for USPS, UPS, and then you can import your stuff from eBay right over there. They integrate with eBay, and then you can get great discounts on items. Print your label at home and ship it out. Generally, it's like half off. So you gotta do that because that's gonna really help save you money, which is going to increase your profit margins, which means you can spend a little bit more on the item that you're gonna sell because you're gonna pay less shipping. All right, so have a good shipping broker. Number 1, your list price must be 3 times what you paid for it. Number 2, have a good shipping broker. Pirate Ship is the key. All right, what else? Number 3, figure out your wage. What does that mean? Well, if you're out there looking for items, whether you're at auctions, garage sales, maybe you're on Facebook Marketplace, you're buying off of Craigslist, whatever you're doing, set a clock. Say every day from whatever, this time to this time, or well, I watch TV or this or that, but keep track of your hours. And you say, all right, I spent 3 hours finding items. I spent another hour taking pictures of them, cleaning them up, listing them on eBay, etc. I spent another hour shipping them out, and by the end of all that, I made X number of dollars. All right, so now if you have 5 hours into this and you made $50 profit after all the expenses, what did you make? You just made $10 an hour. 10 bucks an hour is not worth your time to do this. So it's not worth it. Figure out your wage. You can go get a job for minimum wage somewhere else. You should be making more than minimum wage. That's the rule. So number 3, figure out your wage. it must be more than minimum wage. So really, if the minimum wage in your area is $15 an hour, and you can go get a job somewhere for $15 an hour. I'm talking you walk in to McDonald's, Aldi, Walmart, wherever, some big place, and say, what are you paying? And they say, we're paying up to 18. That doesn't mean anything. Up to 18. What are you paying me right now? Oh, well, we pay 12, and then with bonus, okay, 12. What are you paying right now? We pay 15. Whatever that amount is, that is the wage in your area. Okay, you should be making more than that on eBay. So if you're making that amount or less, it's not worth your time. If you're making that amount and you like the freedom, okay, then maybe it's worth your time, but generally you should be making more. So find out what that wage is in your area and make sure you're making more than that. How do you make more than that? Buy right. You got to buy the right items, you got to sell them at the right price, you got to make sure your shipping you can't really control, because that is a set rate based on pirate ship, but know how much it's going to cost. And then you've got material costs, envelopes, shipping supplies, boxes, etc. That's going to cost you something as well. And then you have fees. So number 4, the tip is know your fees. What does that mean? Well, like I said, it kind of goes with number 1, with knowing your prices and making sure that whatever you buy it at, you sell it for triple so that you can end up doubling your money. It generally means fees and shipping are high. So on eBay, what is a good number? Well, if you figure you're going to sell something for $20, a good amount of fees would be 20%. So that means that they're going to probably charge you, eBay itself is probably going to charge you anywhere from 10% to 15% in fees. That means they're going to take like $2 or $3 off the top of your price. So you sold it for 20, bam, you're down to 17. Okay, then it's going to cost you to ship that item. Generally, shipping is about $5. So that means now from 17, boom, you're down to 12. Okay, so if you paid $5 for that item, you're good. You've more than doubled your money. But if you didn't pay, if you paid 10 bucks for that item, you didn't do too well. So you got to know your prices. So generally figure if all of a sudden you were left with 12 bucks out of 20, what percentage is that? Well, 10% would be 2, 20% would be 4, so that's even more because the shipping was probably a little high on a $20 item. But generally, if you figure your price overall after shipping fees, your envelope is going to cost you about 50 cents for a nice padded envelope and maybe a little packing to go in there, something to wrap the item in, or a box could be up to $1 per box sometimes if you buy them in bulk. So really, your expense on your sale price is going to be about 20 to 30%. So if you're selling something for 20 bucks, 30% of that is really only 6, which is going to drop it down to 14. Okay, so you make 14, that means what can you spend? Up to 7. So just know your rates and your prices, and it never hurts to be estimating a little high. It's better to pass an item up and not lose than to buy it and end up just breaking even. Because you just spent all that time, you broke even, that means you didn't make any money. That means your dollars per hour is going down. So make sure you do that. It's some great tips on selling on eBay. Now, what else can you do? Number 5, we're going to talk about some eBay tactics. eBay tactics are always look at the sold items. So punch it up on eBay. Mobile app is a great way. Type out whatever it is you're thinking of buying. Swiss Army watch, or right here, you're going to buy this Seikyo watch, find out, okay, it's solar powered, 100 meters, two-tone band, round dial, blue face. Okay, great. So you type in that, okay, you see the pictures, all right, it looks like it's listed for 150 bucks. Great, this is only 50, I can buy this. No, go to the sold view and you'll see that they're only selling for $80. Well, if they're only selling for 80, but some other people are trying to get 150, they're never going to get that. You got to go on the sold price. So if it's selling for 80, that means you can only afford to buy it for how much? $25 to $30. Okay? Keep that in mind. Look at the sold value. In addition, whenever you're listing an item, always find if someone else is not selling it on eBay, you should not be selling it. Unless you're ahead of the curve or something, generally it's not a good idea. So that means find someone else's item, scroll down, and hit the sell one like this button. That'll import all those details into your listing, change the title, add your pictures, boom. Add a little bit of a description, and you got all the characteristics. Obviously, make sure that you verify them so that they're the same, but this is a great eBay tactic because it saves you time, which ultimately saves you money. All right, tactic number 3 would be to have an eBay store. By paying a store subscription, generally you can get a starter store for like $5 a month, you're gonna save like 20% in final value fees, which is gonna be more than that $5 a month. You're also gonna get a bunch of free listings. So having a store is worth it. You're gonna have promotion, you're gonna be able to get email subscribers, all of that kind of great stuff. So pay for the store if you're gonna be serious about this. Another tactic for eBay selling is donate items to charity, or donate a portion of your sales to charity. By donating 10% of every sale to charity, you will save another 10% on final value fees. So essentially you're getting a tax write-off because you're donating, and you're saving that money that you're donating on your final value fees. So really you're getting double. You're saving that amount on the final value fee. You're saving 10% of the final value fee. So it's not dollar for dollar, but you're saving on final value fees, and you're getting a tax deduction. So, and you're helping out a charity. So it's 3 awesome ways. If you need a charity to donate to, check out Social Media Ministries. We'll put the channel in a card here. They're verified on eBay. You can donate to Social Media Ministries, and that is a great way to save on final value fees as well. So we've got some general overview tactics on making sure you're buying properly, making sure you have good shipping, making sure that you are calculating your hourly wage, etc. And then we've got some eBay tactics on checking the sold value, making sure you sell one like this or import characteristics from other people's listings, and then also making sure you have a store and then donate a portion of that sale to a charity so that you can save money on fees. Beyond that, of course, having a good title, having good pictures, having a detailed description, all of those characteristics, they really do help sales because it helps boost SEO and it gives buyers more confidence. So if people dictate and they want more information on the SEO, the listing building of eBay, we can do another video on that. But generally, it's these overview, this stuff that you got to know when you get started that is really going to help you out and make sure that it is worth it. So if you have any questions, I do want to hear from you. Please comment below. I'll get on there and try to help you out. I have been selling on eBay since 2008, so it's been a long time. I've had a store for most of those years. I go through patterns where I get away from it and then I come back, I get away and I come back based on what my life dictates. But I've got a lot of knowledge up here that I could share with you, and I'm willing to do that if it's something that you need. So comment below. In addition, hit the like button on this video. I would really appreciate that. Feel free to check out Social Media Ministries. If you want to make a donation to them, that would be cool. In addition, hit the subscribe icon. Hit that bell icon. Be notified of future videos so you can continue making your money work for you, earning more money, and growing your financial education. In addition, if you know someone who's selling on eBay, hit that share icon, send this video to them. Maybe it'll help them out as well. Until next time.